So I'm in the famous minivan, Apefather minivan with my wife again. Um, it was so funny. I was on the phone. It was because when me and my wife were talking, I got a call, and it was Andrea from Italy. Uh, Florenza. He's in Florence, Italy, and he's my very good friend. We became very good friends. And he was very concerned over the fact that me and my wife were potentially getting divorced. That's why he was calling, and we were just talking, me and my wife, and he was listening. he was like a marriage counselor. Long story short, right? I made a point that, oh my God, me and Andrea started busting out laughing. I go, hey man, I said, look at Andrew like Dice Clay. You would think with all the horrific, disgusting, grotesque things that he said, right, that his wives would have divorced him, right? And my wife goes, they did divorce him. He got divorced 3 times. I was like, oh shoot, I didn't know that. I did not know that Dice Man got divorced 3 times. So no, my wife totally like surprised me with that comment. I was like, okay, I guess I was wrong about that. I was wrong about that one. And then my wife really, I love her though. She's a great girl, but she gave it to me like hard today. Like she really, man, she ripped me a new like asshole, man. I never saw my wife so tough. All the haters would be very proud of my wife tonight. I mean, she pulled like a Mike Tyson tonight on me, like Iron Mike. She was hitting me with friggin' uppercuts, like where I'm like so the A fathers normally doing like a ton of videos. She wiped me out, man. She wiped me out because she was just screaming at me, yelling at me, ripping me to shreds, and she said some really, when you're angry and you say things you don't mean. Well, she said a lot of nasty things to me that I guess she didn't mean it, but I mean, she gave it to me, man. Like, give it to me, baby. Give it to me. She gave it to me big time. So the ape father's a little worn out. I made a joke with her. I'm like, I said, if just over that video with I guess the 19-year-old girls, the 18-year-old girls, ape father wanted to fool around with, right? I said, and ultimately, I didn't even do anything wrong. It was just all talking. It was just words. I said, I was wondering if I actually did it. Right? Like let's say it wasn't words. Let's say I actually had sex with an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old girl. I think my wife, with the torture that she put me through just over words, if she actually caught me doing it, she would have paid, what is that girl's name? Lorena Bobbitt. She would have she would have pulled a Lorena Bobbitt on me, the girl that chopped off the guy's, cock. She would have pulled a Lorena a Bobbitt on me. I mean, she's tough, my wife. I don't know. You have anything to say? I'm like shot, man.
You know who else was divorced 3 times?
Who?
You remember that comedian Sam Kinison? He was also divorced three
Sam
times.
Kinison. Oh, what a great. That guy was so funny. He was divorced 3 times. My wife said. Sam Kinison was the best, man. God, may he rest in peace. If you ever see the movie Back to School, Rodney Dangerfield, greatest movie in the whole world. And, Sam Kinison played the history teacher. Remember that part where he's like, he wanted the answer. He goes, say it! He was like, say the answer!
And you know who else was
Oh,
divorced 3 times? Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney Dangerfield was divorced 3 times. I guess all comedians are getting divorced. Maybe we're too wild. Women can't take us. Women can't take us. No, listen, I do have to give my wife credit that she stays with me. I know it's hard. It must be really hard for her. She probably regrets it each and every day. She's like, why did I marry this freaking guy? But I don't know. Do you have any good things to say about me? I don't know. Shot tonight.
Well, you are very entertaining, and you're never boring. And that's very important, I guess. A lot of people get bored, and that's why.
Man, I tell you something. I feel like I was in a fight with Mike Tyson for like 15 rounds, man. I feel like I went the distance with Iron Mike. That's how tough my wife was with me tonight. I feel like just shot, man. I feel like she hit me with a bulldozer, man. She hit me like a tank, man. Like a tank. My wife is. She's very strong when she wants to be. Let me tell you something. I saw a side of my wife I didn't know existed tonight. She was it was like Muhammad Ali versus George Foreman, remember? how he just waited. He made George Foreman throw punch after punch, and he was getting exhausted. You know, that's how most people don't know this, but Sylvester Stallone used that concept in Rocky 3 with Mr. T. Remember how Clubber Lang kept throwing punch after punch until he was like exhausted? Well, that idea came from obviously the fight with George Foreman and Muhammad Ali in Africa. I was in Africa, baby. That was Don King's first big boxing promotion fight that made him, Don King.
Holy cow! You know who got divorced?
I made Don King laugh, by the way. I don't know if you know the story, but I used to work at the Hilton, right? I was, in the timeshare sales division, and I was on the executive floor in the Hilton in Manhattan, on Avenue of the Americas. So Don King actually, came up to the executive level. He was staying in one of the suites, the executive suites. So I told him, I said, listen, Don King, let me tell you something. My name is Richie Lavoie. They call me the Brooklyn Brawler. I said, I want a shot at Tyson, just 20 million. I said, 20 million, I'll take him out. I'll take Iron Mike out. Man, let me tell you something. Don King started hysterical, laughing. Even his bodyguard, these two huge bodyguards, they look like from the Green Mile. Everybody, I had them all laughing, like three guys. He was laughing, Jennifer. Do you know I had him laughing for like 10 minutes straight? Even when he went into his suite, he was still laughing.
I remember the story.
I mean, think about that. Isn't that must mean I have some ability, that I can make. If you can make Don King laugh for 10 minutes, I think you got a little talent. Anyway, is there any last words, or should I end the video?
Richard Pryor, guess how many times?
Richard Pryor, how many times did he get divorced?
He was married.
Message from one.
He was
Wow! Wow! I can't even hear the number. Wow! 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 Anyway.
Okay.
I had to do that because there was a number coming in, and I didn't want you, to hear it.
I think you woke up the whole neighborhood.
That was a text message from an 8 brother, and I hopefully will not have his number. You think I did it
I think you
You
did.
think that was loud enough that they didn't hear the number?
I think you did.
All right, how many times was Richard Pryor
He was
divorced?
married 7 times.
Richard Pryor was married 7 times.
5 different women.
5 different. So he married like them
he
2
married
times.
2 women.
Twice. He was married 7
divorced them
times.
Twice.
He was married to 7 women. I'm very confused. I guess he married 2 women. I guess he got divorced and then remarried them.
And then
2
divorced
women,
them again.
and then divorced them again. It's very confusing. I guess comedians and women, they don't work out too well. What are you gonna do?